Well. Battlefield 5 has been delayed, and I know what you guys are gonna say. Gamer, it has nothing to do with the controversy about women being in the video game. Shut up, you alt-right sexist pig. And I agree. But I think there is a reason why they've delayed the game, and it does partially have to do with that controversy, but not directly. So we'll get into that a little bit later, but let me go and report the news first, and then we'll get on to my opinion near the end. So it came out yesterday that Battlefield 5 will now be pushed back to the date of November 20th, 1 month after its original launch was supposed to be, and EA came out with this statement. We're going to take the time to continue to make some final adjustments to our core gameplay and to ensure we really deliver on the potential of Tides of War. We know moving the launch date means that we all have to wait a little bit longer, but we're going to take our time to make sure we get it right. First of all, let me give my opinion on that statement. They are saying that it's to improve the game and make sure that they got the game exactly where they want it to be. To me, that's an excuse. I can see through that shit a mile away, and so can everyone else in the community, as them basically pushing it back without directly saying it to avoid being in competition with Call of Duty and Red Dead Redemption 2, some of the biggest games that are coming out this year. But in all honesty, even if they push it back to November, they're still going to be in some hard competition with games like Spyro Reignited, Fallout 76, Darksiders 3, and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Now, another theory upon this is maybe they're delaying the game not just because they want to get away from the releases of Red Dead Redemption 2 and Black Ops 4, but to also hope that maybe the controversy will die down by November and the pre-order sales will rise once again. And in all honesty, why should we? Why should we lay off of our opinions because of their bullshit? You gotta remember, it's not just because they didn't give us a direct answer of why there was a female British handicapped soldier on the front lines of war, which wouldn't make sense and has been proven by factual evidence that it wouldn't make sense. But the fact is that they basically went out of their way to attack the fans. They went out of their way to call us uneducated. They went out of their way to say, hey, if you don't like it, then don't buy it. And guess what? We spoke with our wallets and we said, no, I'm not going to be treated like an idiot. I'm going to choose to not support your game because guess what? There's a lot of other games out there. There's a lot of other games that I'd rather support. And those games that I listed off to you guys that are coming out in November, honestly, there's a lot more games in November that I would rather support than Battlefield 5. Spyro Reignited Trilogy, one of my all-time favorite childhood games, is finally getting a remaster and it looks amazing. I'm honestly looking forward to that game, and I really want to go through all three of my favorite Spyro games. Darksiders 3, a game that myself and Elvar have been waiting for a very long time, and honestly, it has a female protagonist, and guess what? No one cares, and it just proves that no one had a problem that there was women in the video game. It has to do with where it's taking place. There's no problems with Darksiders 3, and a lot of people are looking forward to it and are supporting it. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Yes, it's a very casualized version of Pokemon, and it's very simple, and it's kind of a gimmick, but guess what? It looks fun, and it's something that I can share and spend time playing with my girlfriend instead of supporting a game that, honestly, I don't want to support. And no, this doesn't just have to do with the situation with the female British soldier on the front lines, which wouldn't make sense. It has to do with EA and DICE as a whole. I guarantee you that customers are frustrated. Customers are done with their bullshit and they're moving on to other things. Why do you think Call of Duty Black Ops 4's pre-orders are up 85% compared to them? Because a lot of us in the gaming community, a lot of us in the community in general for EA and DICE have said, no, we're done. You blew it. You've blown it so many fucking times, giving us lackluster games that are the same shit, different game. It's literally happening over and over and over again, and you need to be taught a lesson. You need to be taught that we aren't going to support this bullshit, that we're not going to put up with this bullshit. okay, you started to do it with, changing the microtransactions and getting rid of them, or, having them as direct sales, but I'm going to throw up a little bit of a red flag. Now, as you guys may all know by now, we have all seen the E3 press conference, and they have came out and said, no loot boxes, there will be no loot boxes in Battlefield 5, and everyone was like, yeah, let's go, let's get hype, bro, blah, 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 which I will be doing a video about hype mentality pretty soon. But in all honesty, there was a little bit of a red flag after that, because I guarantee you, everyone went on, they're like, yeah, that's all I needed to hear, man. I didn't want any loot boxes in my game. And they went on to that Origin pre-order thing, and they went and looked at it, and they were like, I could get the standard edition, but what's in the deluxe edition? And they looked over, and it said, oh, you get this, you get this. Oh, a certain amount of these airlifts. What the fuck is an airlift? Now, this is just a little bit of speculation. I've seen a lot of people in the gaming community kind of put 2 and 2 together and throw up that red flag and say they're going to wait until the game comes out. But airlifts kind of sounds like a different terminology for loot boxes. That's just my opinion, and a few other people that I've talked to's opinion about this. It's throwing up a red flag, and I don't know if there's been any explanation for this. I haven't seen any explanation on the internet of what these airlifts are and how they are earned, or what happens with them. But in all honesty, that needs to be explained, because that's a big red flag for a lot of people in the gaming community that were, not worried about the controversy, not worried about everything that was going on with EA and the community and so on and so forth. They care more about the microtransaction stuff. And they were like, no, that needs to be explained, EA, that needs to be explained, DICE. And all honesty, I haven't seen any explanation for it. But if you guys know of an explanation for the airlifts, please let me know down in the comment section down below, because I would kind of like to know, and I haven't been able to find a direct answer, at least. And it's just had a lot of odd wording that kind of makes me say, no, I'm just going to wait and see once people actually get the game and can kind of see what these airlifts are all about. So yes, it could do with a number of things. It could do with them putting it between Red Dead Redemption 2 and Call of Duty Black Ops 4. That could be one reason. It could be having to deal with the controversy and people, being pissed off and not wanting to support a game that pushes an agenda. And it could be because we can't trust EA and DICE. And in all honesty, what is my opinion? What is my opinion, and why is it that I don't want to support the game? Well, it mainly has to do not with it being put between Red Dead Redemption 2 and Call of Duty Black Ops 4, but the other two. It has to do with the agenda pushing, how EA and DICE have treated us ever since we kind of questioned this, and by calling us uneducated and saying if you don't like it, don't buy. Well, guess what? We vote with our wallet. And then it also has to do with having to teach EA and DICE a lesson. They've gotten our money year after year after year after year. And it's time that we put our foot down and we teach them a lesson. We aren't going to stand for this bullshit, and it's time that this year they take a L. They take an L on their biggest franchise of all time. They take an L on the game that put them on the map. This is the time that they begin to lose. And until they change their ways, until they learn from their mistakes, then guess what? We are not going to support EA. We are not going to support DICE. Back last year, after the Battlefront 2 controversy, I canceled my Origin Access membership and said, no, I am not going to directly support EA and give them a reward for bad behavior. And guess what? I think this is the year. I think this is the year that EA and DICE are going to learn this lesson. That they can't do bad behavior and then the next year get rewarded for it when they do one thing and say another. That's just my honest opinion. But what's yours? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you dislike it, go ahead and leave a dislike. And while you're down there, like I said, go down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Tell me why you are supporting the game or why you're not supporting the game. I want to know, because I want to get a feel for everyone's opinion on this matter. Is it because it's right between Black Ops 4 and Red Dead Redemption 2 and you would rather buy one of those games because you have limited funds? Is it because of the controversy of them not explaining why this character was in there, it not making sense, and because you like historical accuracy and you don't like how they responded to you, how they said you were uneducated, how they said if you don't like it, don't buy it? Or is it because you don't trust EA? Is it because you don't want to reward EA for bad behavior in the past and you want them to learn a lesson? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. But as always, guys, GamerJlee signing out.